Just choose a video, put on your earphones, play, listen, speak. That's it. 10 minutes every day. Choose topics you enjoy. Choose speakers you like. And most important of all, opt for things that are not too fast. If it is too difficult, slow down. Use the speed tool. Start small, start slow, but don't stop. I used to shadow on foot. I'd walk in the park with my earphones. I would listen and speak. People looked at me. Some smiled. Some thought I was speaking to another person. But I didn't care. I knew I was training. I was creating something solid. I was training my brain to talk bravely. You will make mistakes. You will mix words. You will forget lines. That's normal. But then you take a second shot and your brain accelerates. Each time you say that, your voice gets stronger. It's like exercise. The more you do it, the more comfortable you will be. And one day, you'll speak English without even noticing. That's the power of shadowing. So today, I want you to try it. Choose one video. Listen and speak. Just 5 minutes. No pressure, no fear. Just try. Even if it feels strange, even if it feels hard, your brain will thank you. Your voice will thank you. Your future self will be grateful. And in the next chapter, we're going to go a step further. We're going to discuss how to end the madness of memorizing and start seeing English, because the brain remembers what it sees more than what it reads. And when you see your own words, you begin speaking with power. Chapter 5. Don't memorize, visualize. I would draw up these lists of English words. I'd write them in my notebook every day. I tried to memorize them. 10 words, 20 words, 50 words. I said them over and over. I assumed this was how you speak English. But a few days later, I no longer remembered them. I just looked at the words, and they seemed like strangers. I knew I had remembered these kids from somewhere, but my brain had forgotten. I felt confused. I was feeling like my time was being wasted. And then I discovered something important. Your brain is not good at memorization. Your brain likes to imagine. It likes pictures. It remembers what it sees, what it touches, what it engages with. If I say apple, and you have an image of a red apple in your hand, you remember it. But if all you do is read apple on a page, your brain could not care. That's why memorization feels tough. This is why most people forget. I changed my method. I stopped writing long lists. I began to close my eyes and visualize the words. When I said book, I was thinking book. I imagined holding it, turning the pages, reading it. When I wrote rain, I could feel the water on my skin. I was listening to the rain. I saw the gray sky. I associated the word with an image. And guess what? I didn't forget the word. It stayed in my mind. It became part of me. You don't have to try to memorize English. I mean, you have to actually live it in your mind. Make every word a picture. Make every sentence a story. If you hear the word kitchen, picture your kitchen. What's on the table? What smells are there? What do you do there? Speak about it. I am in the kitchen. I am making tea. The cup is hot. Your brain sees it. Your brain believes it. And now it remembers it. This is how babies learn. They look and feel and listen and stuff like that. They don't read flashcards. They don't make word lists. They gesture to the dog and say, dog. They hear the word and they see the thing. That's how they learn. You can do the same, even as an adult. It's never too late. Your brain can still draw vivid pictures. I began doing this every day. I picked 5 words. I crafted a little story in my mind, with pictures, with action, with emotion. I wake up. I open the window. The sun is bright. I drink water. I feel fresh. I saw it all in my mind. It felt real. It was as if I was living inside English. And gradually I began to talk better. Not that I had more words at my disposal, but because I remembered them better. You can do this too. When you learn a word, ask yourself, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Can I think about a short film? Here's what you can do to stop forgetting. You want to be training your brain so that words stick, not slide. You can also use your phone's photos, or draw, or watch videos. Use your senses. Hear the word, say the word, see the word, live the word. That's how it becomes real. That's how it gets natural. If you hate learning to forget, this is the solution. Don't just study English, visualize it, feel it, see it, use it, bring it into your life. In the next chapter, you will learn how to train your brain to not overthink. We'll bust the bad psychological habit of thinking before we speak. I can teach you the talk, think, talk method. It's simple, and it changes everything. Chapter 6. The talk, think, talk loop. For a long time, I made one major blunder. I always thought first, then I tried to speak. I wrote and rehearsed every sentence in my head before I was ready to say it. I checked the grammar. I was looking for the appropriate word. And before I could say anything, it was over. The other was long gone. I was left behind. I felt slow. I felt stuck. I didn't think I was smart enough to talk fast. But that was not true. The problem, it turned out, was my habit. I was taught to think before I say something. I needed to unlearn it. Most students are taught to think and then speak. But for native speakers, the exact opposite is true. They talk, then think, then they talk again. They are speaking from the heart without mulling things over. That's what conversation does. It's fast. It flows. It's time for us to take a few little pauses. Among all of this, simple language, is it? People don't speak perfectly. They just speak. And that is the lesson I needed to learn. I had to build a new loop in my brain. I have called it talk, think, talk. The idea is simple. First, you speak. Then you pause to think. Then you speak again. You don't hold off until the entire sentence is just right. You just begin. You say something small, like, I want to. You pause. Your brain catches up. Then you go on. I'm hungry. And perhaps later, you tack on others. I want to eat rice today. That's just how human speech goes. It's not one perfect line. It's built step by step. I began doing this every day. I allowed myself to not achieve perfection. I said small things. I go shop. Then I paused. I thought, I go to the shop. Then more. I go to the shop to get bread. I did not judge myself. I just talked. Then I thought. Then I talked more. My speaking became natural. My brain stopped freezing. The fear began to disappear. This loop functions by decreasing pressure. When you think too much before you speak, you brain yourself. You feel nervous. You try to be perfect, and that slows you down. But when you talk first, even if it's not all that eloquent, your brain preps itself. It starts to move, it starts to find words, and once it's on, it is nonstop. That's how fluency grows.